In the countryside, where a farmer is chasing a troublesome hare, the animal dashes toward a milestone by the highway just as the farmer takes aim. A gunshot rings out, and the scene abruptly cuts away. We're then introduced to the main character, Ian, a blind pianist living alone in Pune. His quiet life is constantly disrupted by a neighborhood boy who is convinced Ian is only pretending to be blind. One morning, the boy sets up a test to expose him, but Ian walks straight into the trap, seemingly proving that his blindness is real. After this chaotic start, Ian visits a music shop and mentions that he'll soon be moving to London to further his musical career. Elsewhere in the city, a retired film star named Raj Malhotra returns home to his younger wife, Simi. Despite public criticism over their age gap and rumors that Simi married for fame and money, the couple appears happy. Raj also has a daughter, Dia, from a previous marriage who visits often. One day, while heading home, Ian is accidentally hit by a scooter driven by a woman named Riya. She helps him up and offers him lunch as an apology. When she learns he's a pianist, she invites him to perform at her father's restaurant. That night, when Ian is alone, he removes his cloudy contact lenses, revealing the truth. He isn't blind at all. He's been faking it, believing that living without sight enhances his musical creativity. The next day, he performs at the restaurant and impresses everyone with his talent. Raj happens to be there as well and praises Ian, encouraging him to keep pursuing music. After a few weeks, Raj invites Ian to his home for a private performance to celebrate his wedding anniversary. Before that day arrives, Ian and Riya get stuck together during a rainstorm. They change into dry clothes, talk about their lives, and grow closer, eventually becoming intimate. The following day, Ian goes to Raj's apartment. Simi answers the door and initially tries to send him away, despite his insistence that Raj invited him. When a neighbor notices the tension, she reluctantly lets him in to avoid suspicion. She asks him to start playing the piano, claiming her husband will be home soon. While performing, Ian notices something shocking: Raj's lifeless body lying in a pool of blood. Though stunned, he keeps playing, pretending not to see anything. To steady himself, he asks to use the bathroom. On the way, he gets a clearer look at the body and struggles to stay composed. Inside the bathroom, he notices a stranger standing silently in the corner. Ian acts normal and returns to the piano. It becomes clear that Simi and the stranger are involved and have killed Raj. As Ian continues playing, they clean up the blood and pack the body into a suitcase. Simi then pretends someone has entered the house and plays a recording of Raj's voice to maintain the illusion. Ian plays along and later watches as the stranger leaves with the body. Shaken, Ian sits at a bus stop to gather himself. A lottery seller named Sakina chats with him and calls his regular rickshaw driver, Murali, to take him home. Both have known Ian for a long time and often help him around the neighborhood. Instead of going home, Ian asks Murali to take him to the police station. Just as he's about to report the crime, the head inspector, Dev Varma, walks in, revealing himself as the same man who helped Simi dispose of the body. Realizing the danger, Ian changes his story and claims someone killed his pet cat. Suspicious, Dev decides to accompany him home to investigate. On the way, they run into Dev's short-tempered wife, Kavita, whom he clearly fears. At Ian's house, Dev tests his blindness by suddenly throwing a knife toward him. Ian doesn't react, successfully maintaining his act. Later that evening, Ian returns to the restaurant and plays with unusual intensity. Simi also shows up, behaving as if nothing happened. By the next morning, news breaks that Raj's body has been found in his car near a bridge. The police label it a robbery gone wrong, and Dev takes charge of the case to protect himself and Simi. Raj's daughter, Dia, is devastated and unaware of the truth. At the police station, Ian stays silent, too afraid to speak. During the funeral, a neighbor, Mrs. D'Souza, mentions seeing a third person at the house, but Simi quickly dismisses it. Dia later approaches Ian, asking him to teach her her father's favorite piano piece. He agrees to visit her. The next day, Simi tricks Mrs. D'Souza into stepping outside and pushes her off the balcony. Ian arrives just in time to witness it but is forced to remain quiet once again. After the lesson, he rushes home and calls Riya, planning to confess everything: his fake blindness and the murders. Meanwhile, the neighborhood boy continues trying to record proof that Ian can see. Suddenly, Simi arrives at Ian's house with sweets from the funeral. He keeps pretending, acting unaware of everything. As he prepares coffee, she tries to scare him with a mask from behind, but he stays calm. She then secretly spikes his drink and insists he have it. When he accidentally spills it, she realizes he's been faking all along. Enraged, Simi pulls out a gun. Ayan drops the act and admits the truth but begs her not to kill him, promising he'll stay silent and leave for London soon. Simi then reveals the gun is fake, but the sweets he ate were drugged. Ayan collapses after eating the drugged sweets, losing consciousness almost instantly. Sometime later, Ria arrives at his place and is greeted by the same neighborhood kid. He eagerly shows her a video of Ayan moving around perfectly without his glasses. Furious and confused, she bangs on the door, only for Simi to answer, barely dressed. Simi spins a convincing lie, claiming she and Ayan got close after bonding over her husband's death. With Ayan still unconscious on the bed, the scene looks exactly how she describes it. Hurt and betrayed, Ria believes her and storms off without listening to anything else. Later that night, Ayan wakes up, but something is terribly wrong. His vision is completely gone. Panic sets in as he realizes Simi has actually blinded him. She wanted to ensure that even if he spoke the truth, no one would believe him. After confirming the damage is permanent, she leaves. Desperate, Ayan calls Ria, but she refuses to hear him out. Meanwhile, Inspector Dev is furious when he learns what Simi did. In his mind, leaving Ayan alive is a mistake. When Simi argues back, Dev decides to handle it himself. That night, he breaks into Ayan's house and tries to strangle him, but Ayan fights back, injures him, and manages to escape into the streets. After wandering all night, he eventually collapses and wakes up in a hospital. There, Dr. Sharma tells him he was found by Sakina and Murali, who brought him in. Grateful, Ayan asks about treatment for his eyes. The doctor assures him he'll contact a specialist soon. But something feels off. During a supposed injection, the doctor secretly draws his blood. It's soon revealed that Dr. Sharma, along with Sakina and Murali, are involved in an organ trafficking scheme. With no close family to check on him, they plan to kill Ayan and sell his kidneys. That night, they strap him to a bed under the pretense of running tests. When he hears them mention surgery, he realizes the truth. Just before passing out, Ayan cleverly reveals that he knows a detail about Sakina, a tattoo she has, proving he can still perceive more than they think. This shocks them and they delay the plan. The next morning, they confront him. Thinking fast, Ayan offers them a deal. He claims he has access to a large sum of money and will share it if they help him. Greed wins and they agree. He tells them about Dev and Simi, but lies that they're hiding a fortune. The group decides to blackmail Dev. Meanwhile, Simi is stunned when she returns home and finds Ayan casually playing the piano with Dia, as if nothing happened. She thought he would have run away. Offering him a ride, she secretly informs Dev about his presence. Together, they plan to lure him somewhere isolated and finish him. But Ayan has his own goal, restoring his sight. He's been told a cornea transplant could fix it, but it requires a huge amount of money. During the ride, he subtly pressures Simi for cash in exchange for his silence. Suddenly, Murali blocks their car with his rickshaw. Seizing the moment, Ayan drugs Simi and the group kidnaps her, taking her to a hideout. Now comes the twist. They contact Dev's wife, Kavita, and expose his affair with Simi. They demand a huge ransom, threatening to leak everything. Kavita is enraged. She even fires at Dev before he manages to calm the situation. Then comes another shock. Simi's car has been found near a bridge, and the police assume she's taken her own life. Despite everything, Kavita decides to help resolve things quietly. Back at the hideout, Simi is tied up and terrified. The group intimidates her further by drawing her blood. Their plan is simple: trap Dev when he delivers the money, then disappear with it. Before we get to what happens next, if you're enjoying this recap, make sure you drop a like and hit that subscribe button, because the twists are only getting crazier from here. Dev eventually arrives with the cash, but things spiral quickly. Sakina and Murali betray Ayan, tying him up so they can keep the money for themselves. Ayan and Simi are left alone in a room while the others go to meet Dev. Ironically, Simi starts laughing at Ayan's situation, but he fires back with a harsh truth. Dev plans to eliminate her too. Realizing they've both been used, the two enemies form a temporary alliance to escape. Elsewhere, Dr. Sharma receives Simi's lab results, and something in them shocks him. At the same time, Murali manages to grab the money, but Dev shoots him. Sakina outsmarts Dev, traps him in an elevator, and escapes with the cash. She tries to save Murali, but he dies at the hospital. Back in the room, Simi frees herself and immediately turns on Ayan, determined to kill him. Just as Simi lunges at Ayan to finish him, Dr. Sharma suddenly intervenes. A violent struggle breaks out between them, and it ends with Simi being knocked unconscious. That's when the doctor finally reveals his true plan. Simi has a rare blood group that perfectly matches a wealthy man's daughter. The man is willing to pay a massive sum in exchange for Simi's liver. For Dr. Sharma, it means a lifetime of luxury. For Ayan, it means enough money to finally afford a cornea transplant and restore his sight. But Ayan hesitates. Taking that deal would mean killing Simi, and despite everything she's done, he isn't ready to cross that line. The doctor, however, keeps pushing, trying to convince him as they drive away with her unconscious in the car. Now right here, before things take an even darker turn. If you're hooked on this story, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss endings like this. The story then jumps forward 2 years. Ria is on vacation somewhere in Europe when she spots a poster featuring Ayan. Curious, she follows it to a restaurant and finds him there, playing the piano just like before. Shocked, she confronts him, demanding to know what really happened that day. Ayan finally reveals the truth. After Dr. Sharma decided to go through with killing Simi for her organs, things didn't go as planned. From inside the trunk, Simi somehow managed to fight back and kill the doctor. She then tried to escape, but in a bizarre twist of fate, the same hair from the opening scene suddenly crashes into the car's windshield. The impact causes the vehicle to lose control and veer off the road, killing Simi instantly. With the help of a friend, Ayan eventually makes it to London. But despite everything, he never regains his sight. He continues living as a blind pianist, the very life he once chose to fake. Ria tells him she's flying back home the next day, and the two part on somewhat peaceful terms, agreeing to stay in touch. But in the final moment, something feels off. As Ayan walks away, he casually strikes a can with his cane. Too precisely, almost as if he could actually see it. And just like that, the story leaves us questioning everything. That's it for this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more stories like this, and drop a comment with the next movie you want covered. Until next time, take care.